everyone. Welcome to Uila's Lightning Chat Sessions. I'm Dilip Advani, and joining me today is Snir Hoffman, who is the infrastructure architect from Migdal Insurance. And today he will be talking about his organization's monitoring practices for the infrastructure and the applications that are running on it. Welcome, Snir.
Hi, welcome. You too.
Yeah, it's great to have you on this chat today. So to get started, can you tell me more about Migdal Insurance and the group or team you work for within the organization?
Sure. Migdal is one of the largest insurance company in Israel. We have over 2.5 million customers, and we are providing to these customers support agents. Also, we have around 14,000 agents that are working with us, and we give support to everyone, also to internal support centers and remote users and everyone. And I'm working inside the technical division in Migdal, and I'm the IT architect, as you said.
That's great to know. So can you tell me more about the business critical applications used at Migdal, both internal and external, that are running on that infrastructure?
Sure. We're mostly virtual. We have around 400 applications that supports all this operation. We're also cloud-based, on-premise based, and we have a lot of the applications are core-based. I mean, this is something mission critical, and we are Linux, Windows, we have appliances, and the issue for us is actually, knowing what is happening with each application and the infrastructure underneath on a daily basis.
Okay. So what are the main challenges you face with the infrastructure and the applications running on it? And what is the impact, right? If the applications are not running well, what is the impact to the organization?
Well, the impact, it's really sometimes, it depends on the application, because if it's a core application, it can really affect the business, and we have regulations, and it could go really, if it's really a critical application, we'll really need to even report to the treasury and above us if we're unable to give support to our customers. This is really regulations. A lot of the application are application reports, but it's vary from one application to another. The main challenge is actually in a big organization, in an enterprise organization, the infrastructure is divided between several teams that supports the infrastructure. We have the storage, we have the VMware team, we have the network team, we have the DBAs. A lot of the support is divided, and every team has its own special tools.
Sure.
to see that everything is okay with everything.
Yeah.
So we encountered a lot of times that the customers of the internal customers are shouting, "Listen, something is not working. We have slowness in our application," and we'll went to every one of the support guys, and they said, "Listen, from my side, everything is working perfectly."
Sure.
Yeah, and but at the end, the application is slow. So we have this problem, and I saw it from my perspective as an architect. I'm involved in a lot of projects, and I saw the problem that is correlating between the different different teams, and and another aspect is that the regular monitoring system is actually monitoring the up down, as they say,
Okay.
whether the service is running or not running, or the CPU. And a lot of the times, has a 90% CPU does not mean that this is actually the problem. It doesn't mean that. And we looked for a tool that actually gives to, first of all, give one single truth for everyone, for all the teams, for the NOC, who actually is in charge of the problem between the different teams. He knows from the beginning that everything is where exactly is, and we're able, to be able to see the real problem.
Yeah, yeah. And this is a common challenge that I think many organizations have spoken to us about as well, right? When they have teams, multiple teams, they're using silo tools. Either everybody says thumbs up, right? Or everybody says thumbs down, where they're seeing the symptoms and they can't get to the root cause, right? So this is a very common challenge that we have seen in organizations with multiple teams, right? And the end customer doesn't care, right? Whose problem it is, right? For them, it is get the problem solved quickly so they can continue their work and be more productive. So
yeah, the manager doesn't care either. Just
absolutely.
solve the problem. I don't know where it's from. Just solve it.
So yeah, so you mentioned that the traditional tools that are used, right, or that were used in the past, right, they gave more up and down status. Can you tell us more about it, as to how you solved those challenges in the past?
Yeah, I mean, we were all using traditional monitoring systems. The traditional monitoring system, actually, we need to tell the monitoring system exactly what to monitor, whether it's a service, a port, CPU, memory, disk, whatever. And and when you look on a system which is complied from a bunch of monitoring aspects, what the problem are. You don't know exactly what is causing the issue, but you do know that you have four problems. Whether it's the problem really affected the that you have in the application or not, you don't know. You go ahead and you need to check them. So we actually had a problem that the traditional monitoring system didn't tell us exactly where the problem affected, if there is a problem, if the problem affected the services and the quality of the service that the system is giving the users.
Okay. So when you were researching for tools, right, what made the Uila solution stand out over the others? And then also talk to us about your approach to us solving those problems now with Uila.
Well, I actually did make a lot of different checks with with a lot of different tools. First of all, what caught my eye was the user interface. Okay, I mean, this is really something you can, go from everywhere to everywhere. I mean, the ease, it's very very smooth UI, and you don't, it grows on you very very quickly, and you can go from like a data center overview into troubleshooting specific port on a specific server. I mean, it's very easy to go back and forth and to really dive into something for a really large point of view and go over and everything. So, it's something that I showed it on to a lot of my colleagues over here, and I didn't make the decision myself. It was a group effort, And this is something that was really in the top five from beside of course what the application actually does,
Sure.
from the that it actually works and shows us the problems. Um, but the user interface is really, I mean, something that I didn't encounter in a lot of places.
Okay.
And the second thing is actually showing us where the problem is. Again, with combined with the user interface that you go from looking on a very large application or data center, whatever it is, and then pinpoint to the specific problem and shows us and going back in time. I mean, the guys just said, okay, it happened yesterday at 5 and 5 minutes ago,
Uh,
and I can go back and forth very easily and show them and do capturing if I wanted, and it's very easy to understand and easy to work with. Actually.
that's good to know. Yeah. So what results have you seen since implementing Uila, right? How has it helped you reduce your troubleshooting time or making your employees more productive? What results have you seen there?
Um, First of all, I have the main problem is that the knock, the way that we work in Migdal, we have a knock that actually, there's a command center that look on everything, and he's in charge on the production problem. Okay, if there is something comes up, and the only thing that he could do before Willa is actually going to each of the teams and telling them, listen, go ahead and check. Go to the DB8, go to storage, go to networking. Okay, check and tell me if the problem is on your side.
Mm-hmm.
Beside the problem that everyone always said nothing is wrong, we also gave the NOC the option to, right now, from their point of view, they don't need anyone. They can, from their desk, really pinpoint the problem and go to the correct guy, whether it's going to be the application guy, the storage guy, and they can really minimize the time in starting to really find the problem from several hours to couple of, like a minute, because, you just go into the system and you see what the problem is. Also, something that we didn't have before Willa, and we didn't have in the traditional system, is the DPI. It's the option to see application response and deep-packet inspection inside Willa. And we actually, last week, we had a production problem.
Okay.
And and no one, I mean, infrastructure, first of all, in 1 second, we could tell the application guys, listen, nothing is wrong on the infrastructure side. I mean, it was, like in second, I asked them when the problem was. I told them, listen, no problem, storage-wise, networking-wise, no problem. You do have application response that is not reasonable. And I told them in which port, between which servers, and they went to the provider, and they actually found the problem. There was a bug inside there was a cluster, and there was a problem with the synchronization process between the clusters. So, I didn't exactly knew what the application, the low response time for application was. But first of all, right ahead, I could tell them, listen, there is no infrastructure problem, and I pinpointed, and all in matter of 2 minutes that I set on the system, they just had to tell me when the problem happened and which are the servers that were involved, and they went on and then continued the troubleshooting. The best thing is we didn't spend a lot of time between storage, database, networking, just asking, listen, go ahead and check. It could take hours for everyone to check the entire system because they don't know what they're looking for. So, in a matter of 1 minute, I could tell them, listen, nothing is wrong in the infrastructure, and go ahead and check the report.
Yeah, that's great to know that it was able to reduce the time and then obviously the cost to resolve that challenge, right? So that's a really great example that you provided. So as you also know, right, with the current global pandemic, right, are you seeing any impacts in terms of IT challenges or changes in user behavior or even behavior of the IT teams? And then how are you dealing with it, right? The new normal, right?
Yeah. Well, the main challenge is creating an environment that no matter where you are, I mean, in the past, we relied a lot of human interfaces. I mean,
Sure.
you have a problem, you get up from your chair, you go to the team on the next room, you started talking, all this stuff is problematic because the storage guy is right now working from home. I'm in the office, and another guy. I mean, it's really challenging. And actually, will help us because first of all, everyone from the monitoring side, I mean, challenges, we have a lot of different challenges, according to cope with coronavirus.
Mhm.
But from the day-to-day operation, we had an option to give, first of all, to give our knock system, which is I talked about before, the option to pinpoint the problem exactly and not bother everyone, and also, we can see that the one truth all over the infrastructure, which actually you don't need to get up from your chair to know how the storage is functioning right now. It right from the dashboard. So it's really really easy to troubleshoot stuff, and other challenges, we have a lot of them.
Sure. Yeah, thank you, Snir. Right, thank you for sharing your insights about the challenges you faced in the past and how Uila has helped you there, right? And again, for everybody listening today, right? So Bynet Electronics is the sole distributor and business partner for Uila in Israel. So Snir, you work very closely with the Bynet team, right? So can you tell us a little bit on your experience with the team there throughout the evaluation and purchase process?
Excellent guys. I mean, really professional. Um, they're calling and asking, and through the also before we bought the product, they were over here 100% working. The POC took some time. It wasn't a small POC that we did because we really wanted to make sure that we make the right decision. And the guy were here with us hours over hours, upgrading even inside the POC. And right now, I'm very happy with them. They're helping us work with you guys with the support. Tomorrow I have a support session with Bynet and with you guys, the support guys from you, and really very professional and very um, customer oriented.
Okay, yeah, that's great to know. Yeah. Bynet's been an excellent partner for us, right? One of our top partners in the world. So working with them has always been easy. So yeah, thank you for that information and the good things you said about Bynet as well, right? I'm sure they will appreciate that as well. So,
Only the truth. Only the truth. Don't worry.
absolutely right. So I again wanted to thank you, Snir, for your time today. and sharing these valuable insights here for the audience. So thank you for that. And thank you everyone for joining us today, and stay safe. Thank you, Snir.
You're welcome. Bye.
Yeah, thank you everyone. Bye.